I preferred it when it was a black person showing their incredible skill at making pancakes.
Actor, comedian, and warrior against, against woke culture, Ben Stein is big mad about Aunt Jemima no longer donning the bottles of his high fructose corn syrup. He would like to see her back on the label. Why don't we hear more from his argument? And well, honestly, let's just keep it real, make fun of him. Let's do it.
Here I am. This is the kitchen of our house in Malibu. It's dark, but it's a beautiful starry evening. And I am about to do something which I sometimes do, which is to make breakfast for dinner. Aunt Jemima yummy pancake syrup. Now, this used to show a large African-American woman chef, but because of the inherent racism of Americans' corporate culture, they decided to make it a white person, or maybe no person at all. But I preferred it when it was a black person showing their incredible skill at making pancakes. So God bless you all, and have a good evening, and love to you all in America from Malibu, California.
Imagine having so much money and living such a charmed life that your number one concern, a concern big enough for you to film a video about it, is the absence of Aunt Jemima on your syrup bottle.
Now, I mean, you want to talk about first world problems. So you have a house in Malibu. First, let's just, for those of you who don't live in LA, every house in Malibu is super expensive, okay?
They know.
Okay.
They gotta know.
Yeah, I mean, you won't believe how expensive.
Like tens of millions of dollars.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he's like, but wait, I don't have a racist stereotypical
a racist stereotype of a black woman on
my pancake syrup. I mean, how will I live? I mean, I don't know, enjoy Malibu? And like, we have to add the racism on top of your pancakes for you to enjoy Malibu, the house that you live in, and the pancakes you're about to have. Isn't that amazing? They're like, why can't I continue to believe in stereotypes? And well, Aunt Jemima, why did they take it off? Why were people bothered by it? Because in the old days, they would have black servants serve them food. And what Ben Stein is saying is, I enjoyed when we had those servants, those black servants.
What is butter-rich syrup?
And now we don't have that anymore. Oh, golly gee, I gotta make my own pancakes in my own incredibly expensive house. You do, Ben. Try to, you know what? The struggle continues. Try to make it through.
Okay, so just to give you guys a refresher on what happened, back in 2020, Aunt Jemima actually changed its name to something, I will admit, a little clunky, okay, Pearl Milling Company. And they removed the image of a black woman who was originally dressed as a minstrel character after criticism that they were using racial stereotypes, and they were. So they're like, yeah, maybe we should update the labeling here. Maybe we should progress a little bit. Now, the picture has changed over time, and in recent years, Quaker, which is the company, removed the mammy kerchief from the character to blunt growing criticism that the brand perpetuated a racist stereotype that dated to the days of slavery. Quaker, like, I'm already bored. Like, I'm just, who cares, right? They did the right thing. In the end, they did the right thing. I don't care about, like, I can't imagine missing what the label originally looked like. I don't care. Like, how do you care about this?
No, guys, think about it, right? So, look, by the way, the video that we showed you was the updated black character, not the stereotypical one.
Right.
And so the stereotypical one had the kerchief on their heads and stuff. So it's like if they had a kebab sauce and they had a Turkish guy with a fez on,
That'd
right?
be fun.
And like a whirling mustache. Me, I wouldn't be bothered by it 1%. I think it was hilarious, I'd buy it, okay? But I get if some people are bothered by it.
Right.
What I don't get is people being bothered by its absence.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean, right? So when I say I don't care, it's not that I don't care about the company realizing that they should do better and update the label. That is a good thing. I just don't care about the controversy that is like built by conservatives that live charmed lives. People like Ben Stein, who apparently have no issues, no problems in their lives. And this is it, this is the problem. Like, this is where the focus is.
No, so I have a personal story with Ben Stein. It's a funny little tiny story, but I know for a fact he doesn't have any money issues because when I lived in West Hollywood, I used to jog in Beverly Hills. I've said this a bunch of times in the bonus episode for our members. And one time I was jogging and I saw a guy in his yard with a pink robe. And it was Ben Stein, okay? And I was like, holy cow, that's Ben Stein. And the reason I'm telling you that story is because the house was a gorgeous, really expensive house in Beverly Hills. And side note, I don't know how he made his money. I mean, I know he had a game show on Comedy Central. I know he was a super side actor on things like Ferris Bueller and stuff.
He was a speechwriter for Nixon and Gerald Ford.
Yeah, that doesn't get you a lot of money. So maybe the game show paid a lot, I don't know. But this guy has stupid money for like the easiest jobs in the world, like a game show host, rando side character, right?
Clear eyes.
Yeah, clear eyes. Yeah. And so that guy thinks he's such a boss. I have earned everything, and so I have such little problems. I'm complaining about the lack of racism.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, if
so
he's got,
spare me your tears, brother.
Also, if he's so incredibly wealthy, right? Why is your wife putting the colors in with the whites? Like, there's no need for you to have the pink robe, right? You can do separate cycles. The water bill ain't gonna kill you. You're gonna be all right.
I think some chance he chose that robe. It was flamboyant. And then last thing is, there is one thing I do agree with him on though. Breakfast for dinner. Okay.
Oh, 100%. Do you know how many times I've had egg sandwiches after I went home from work? Like, I will make a proper dinner for my husband, and I'll be like, I want an egg sandwich, and I'll fry an egg, and I'll just have that.
Well, part of how it came about for me is because I was poor, so I had to eat cereal for dinner. And then I was like, you know what? The minute I had it for dinner the first time, I was like, this is kind of genius. Cereal's awesome anytime, and it's cheap as all hell, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, Life cereal, Cinnamon Life for dinner.
I love Cinnamon Life.
Yes.
It's so good and so underrated.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.